Introduce and okay, so thanks for joining us on the show today, Doctor. We would like to find out a lot more issues than what we're hearing in the press. We understand that the resident doctors had a meeting with government before you proceeded on this present strike, and this is one strike too many. We've had so many of these strikes coming up, and we're wondering what exactly are the issues in contest in this present industrial action.
Thank you for your question. You just said we had a meeting before the strike.
Yeah.
Yes, we had a meeting. However, we had issued the notice of strike to the federal government before they called us for the meeting. So that was why after the meeting, we took the result back to our National Executive Council, and they said that this is no longer going to be agreement as usual. So we decided to proceed on the proposed strike. Now, you said we had a meeting and we still proceeded on the strike. We have been having series of meetings, and none of them, the government have not kept their side of the bargain. You said strikes too many. It's still the same issue that we are discussing since 2010. The only new issue that entered there is the enrollment into IPPIS, which is the Integrated Personnel Payment Information System. Now, the government put us on GIFMIS platform, the Government Integrated Financial Management System, which is used for the non-regular payments. Non-regular means that things that don't occur monthly, like allowances. You don't get allowance every month, but they put our salary that occurs every month under the GIFMIS platform. And this has caused chaos in the health sector, especially as it affects the resident doctors. Because every month we keep on hearing stories about our salaries. In fact, you're not even sure what you're going to earn next month. Because you get 20% this month, next month you get 40%, next month you get 60%, the other month you get 40%. So you don't even know what you are being paid.
Are there no salary scales for each doctors? Yes.
They will keep telling you that there is no, the hospital is not funded, because that one is not, it doesn't come from direct from CBN. It comes, they will fund the government at the hospital account. Hospital now pays you. So whatever the hospital gets, they pay you the percent of whatever they get. If hospital is supposed to get 10 naira and they get 5 naira, they will divide the 5 naira among the resident doctors and pay them. That's what has been happening, and this has been causing issues. We met the various government stakeholders. Since in January, I've written, in fact, my files are here, I've written like 300 letters, and nothing has been done. Some of them say no response, no reply.
Okay, but I was listening to the Ministry of Labour this morning. They were on a radio show this morning, and the special assistant to the Minister of Labour was saying that NAD agreed to all the points raised in that meeting he had with government. NAD agreed. It didn't seem like that. They were a bit surprised that you guys went on this strike, because it didn't seem like you disagreed on any points raised in that meeting.
When you say NAD is National Association of Resident Doctors of Nigeria.
Yes.
NAD has an organogram.
Okay.
We have the elected executives who go and meet and take negotiations. In fact, they pilot the affairs of the association. We now have the National Executive Council.
Okay.
Which includes all the elected executives, plus center presidents and secretaries of all our branches across the nation. These people take decisions for the association. So when we reached there, we now agreed just like we have always done. All our agreements, meetings with government, we have agreed to their terms. We have signed. So just like the other ones, we signed and we brought it back to our members. And the National Executive Council that are supposed to take decision said no. We can't continue taking promises. This is a government that since January, we have been writing you. Nothing has been done. You kept on telling us, the next month we'll correct your salary shortfall. Next month we'll do this. In fact, in one of our meetings with the Minister of Health, he told us that we will be enrolled into IPs latest February. But let us just give them first half of this year, which is June 2017. Up till now, we're still talking about IPs. This is August. When we had shortfall in January, in fact, we even got the news of the shortfall before we were paid. We wrote letter before we were paid. The Ministry of Finance, everybody, we wrote to everybody, we wrote to even the Senate, we wrote to the presidency. They said, okay, that they're working on it, they want to sieve out ghost workers, they want to rectify, they want to do this, they want to do that. We had patience. We had to talk to our members to exercise patience, and they did. Said February to be corrected. February, the same thing happened, it wasn't corrected. March, the same story. Finally, they now told us that the thing that will correct everything is when the budget is implemented. In August, we now waited, budget was implemented. Instead of correcting it, some people now got less than what they got in January, which means that they are going to get less than what they are getting in January. Instead of the promise that they are going to get their full salary in August, with the arrears corrected in backlog, now they are going to get less than what they are getting in January, with no hope of getting the arrears. And when we went for the meeting, they now told us that by end of October, these things will be corrected. How do you expect the members to believe these stories?
I'm a bit worried about the issues of pension, the issue that you guys raised about the pension. How did that start? Were you never included in the pension? Don't you work for government? I don't understand. When they say resident doctors, are you a different group of people? If you work for government, from ab initio, when you get employed, you're supposed to be included in the pension according to the Pencom Act. Yeah, but I'm wondering, why is that pension an issue?
I'm also confused as you are. Because where things work, we are not supposed to be going about chasing government officials for what is supposed to be a basic right. I'm supposed to be in my hospital working and treating patients. That's what I'm trained to do. But we have been in fact, I've been enlightened on the civil service, how civil service operates and how government work. We were in pension until 2013. They now said that we are non-regular staff. But from the Pencom Act, I have read it from cover to cover. It now said that once you're in the employ of the both federal, state, local government, once you're in the employ, that you're supposed to be pensionable, whether regular. In fact, it didn't even talk about regular or non-regular. You now listed people that can be excluded, which are the people in the military and or what's not. So toward this May, after 2013, they now said that we are non-regular staff, that they will remove us from pension, which they did. And we now wrote to Ministry of Health. Ministry of Health now still wrote them that we are pensionable. But instead of Pencom, that is the primary parastatal, so that is supposed to know everything about pension, advising budget office. They are waiting for budget office to advise them on whether we are pensionable or not, before budget office can now budget for our pension. Instead of pension, advising budget office that we are pensionable, so the budget office will budget for our pension. They are now waiting for budget office to advise them. In fact, I didn't even get the twist.
So the confusion is between the budget office and Pencom and budget office.
I don't think there's any confusion. If there's confusion, the person in Pencom should, I don't know the word to use, because you as you're a newscaster, you should know the scope of your work. Pencom cannot wait for budget office to come and advise them on whether we are pensionable. They should write to budget office. These people are pensionable. Make provision for their pension.
Okay, doctor, let's get back to the Ministry of Labour. In that meeting, we understand that the Minister of Health actually appealed to the resident doctors not to go on strike or to rescind their action to get back to work. But then again, we also analysts say that you guys took offense at the Minister of Labour when he said you didn't act in good faith, that was why the resident doctors decided to now go on strike, because they felt insulted by the Minister of Labour. I don't know, how can you react to this?
We didn't take anything in bad faith. We didn't even react to Minister of Labour's statement. In fact, I don't think any of our members have actually said anything about his statement. I'll give it to Minister of Labour. They've been trying. In fact, we write letter, less than a week, they will call us for audience. But other ministries will write. In fact, some of them will write and will write reminder. We write like 3 reminders for a letter, and they will not call you. Ministry of Labour has been trying, but the primary ministry, Ministry of Health, I think that's where all our issues are. Ministry of Health, National Salaries, Income Sandwiches Commission, and Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, with Budget Office of the Federation. These are the people that are causing our problems. But Ministry of Labour, they've been trying all they could to help and navigate this thing, but when we are not getting results, we will not blame the doctors.
Okay, now that the Minister of Health has asked CMDs and MDs of general hospitals to call back consultants, corpers and interns back to service and ensure that there is no vacuum as resident doctors are on strike. What is the take of resident doctors on this? Because last time when you guys had the strike, government ordered the sack of over how many million resident doctors in Nigeria. Now that the Ministry of Health is asking these people to be on ground and not let the patients feel the vacuum, do you not think that there is no plan to, quickly resolve the matters at stake?
I don't think that's a plan to solve a dispute. I don't think that's a method of solving disputes. Because saying that there is no vacuum when the consultants and the house officers and who else did you say?
Yeah, you call doctors, yes.
There's always a vacuum. Whenever somebody is removed from a particular post, that vacuum will ever be there. In fact, even if you get a replacement, that vacuum will still be there. Residents are residents, house officers are house officers, consultants are consultants. We all have our job descriptions. And whichever one person that is not there, that vacuum will be there.
Okay, so let me get back to the meeting with the Labour Minister. Why did you reject every points that you agreed on in that meeting? Why exactly?
I've
Yeah.
said it repeatedly.
Okay.
That our members said they don't want promises anymore.
Okay.
Since 2010, we have had promises. We have plenty files of promises. In fact, they kept recounting it to us that went for the meeting. They kept reminding us as if we have forgotten all the promises that we have had in the past, and none was honored. All the promises. Imagine the most recent now that broke the camel's back, this issue of salary shortfalls. Since January, they've been telling you February will correct it. February, they tell you March, April, May, June. Now told us that once they implement budget, now the implemented budget, it became worse.
Okay.
In fact, I don't know what else to say.
Okay. I want to find out the meeting you have tomorrow with the with government. What are the expectations of resident doctors? Because you mentioned back in the studio when you were having the interview, you mentioned that it's in the power of government to resolve this thing if they want to do it now.
Yes.
Now, what are your expectations from that meeting tomorrow?
We are going with open mind. Once those things are resolved, in fact, our members, because on one of the occasions we have been in the office of the budget office of the chairman of the budget office of the federation. He told us that they have paid our shortfalls. He mentioned 4 institutions: University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, Obalada, National Tradition Hospital, Enugu. There and then, we called those people because they said they want to pay to members direct. They don't want to pay to institution. We now called the members direct, and they said they've not gotten any payment. Imagine that type of thing, that they've not gotten any payment. Now, what our members, what they even say is that even if they pay, they will still go and confirm that they have paid. Because these are series of disappointments. How can you just come and lie that you have paid when you know you have not paid? And we are called members and we are telling them that you have been paid and you didn't even tell us. And at the end, it was all lies. So if the government still really wants to solve this problem, they can solve it. Some of them are paperwork. Paperwork. It will not cost them anything. Paperwork. Just for you to do it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doctor. That was the interview with the Secretary General, Nigerian National Association of Resident Doctors, and we have been talking about the strike action that the doctors embarked on 2 days ago. He is hoping that the meeting with the government at the moment will be resolved. We'll resolve the issues in the contest, and we'll have our doctors back at work. Thanks for being part of the show. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.